So it should be in English. If we do get a French question, we do have the for English. Translators for English, okay?
Right. Do we have to reply in French as well?
No, good. We can. Okay, everybody. Is this microphone on? Welcome to the EVA match briefing for the South African team. We have assistant coach Mzwandile Stick, Stephen Kitshoff, and Damian de Allende. Hands up, please, for the first question for the microphone. Don't be shy. One here. Thank you very much.
How's it, Stick? Obviously, so much of the chat has been around 7-1, the scrum halves, etc., this whole World Cup. Does the team take it as a compliment that, you know, all that outside noise, is that kind of a sign that the side is respected?
Yeah, I think first things first, it's a World Cup, the biggest probably tournament you can get involved in rugby. And if you don't get people talking about your team, then maybe you guys are doing something wrong. So when people talk about how we do things as a Springbok, it shows that people are interested in what we do and they actually pay attention into it. And for us, we just focus on our strengths. You know, we want to do what works for us. And sometimes it's not always 7-1, but I think for this game, knowing the challenge that lies ahead, you know, that's why I think we went into that 7-1 split. So we just wanted to make sure that we've got fresh legs on the field.
A question for Damian, please. I don't know whether you've played against Bundyaki for Munster this season, but could you just give us an assessment of the challenge that you're facing there tomorrow?
Yeah, I've played against him a few times. Obviously, when I was at Munster, I haven't played against him since then because I don't think he played in the game he played against Ireland last year at Viva. But yeah, he's a fantastic player. He's always been up there with the best 12s in the world, in my opinion. And these past couple of games, he's been in good form as well. So yeah, I know it's his 50th tomorrow, and I know he's going to be ready to go, but I'm also looking forward to the challenge, and hopefully we won't disappoint each other, and hope we make it a great test match for both teams.
Hi Damian, can I just ask you what you learned about Irish rugby during your time in Munster, and how beneficial is it that for yourself, Dwayne, Jacques, Razi, Felix, the experience that they have of Irish rugby, what it has told, you know, how it helps you in preparing to face the Irish team?
I think for me personally, it helped me with my micro skills in terms of probably getting connected with the team a lot better. And I think Coach Jacques, Rassi, Stocker and Felix have put a big emphasis on that as well. I think they also, I know Stocker wasn't there at Munster, but I think the way we've been coached now and the way we've gone forward these past couple of seasons, our individual skill development has increased a lot. So for me, I learned a bit of that at Munster, but I've improved a lot under our coaching staff here as well, which has been pretty awesome.
Stephen, we know you're heading to Ulster after this World Cup, but how much do you already know about this Irish side, having played against these guys in the URC?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I think URC was brilliant, especially for us, the South African team. I think half our team still playing in the URC, so getting a lot of experience playing against guys like Ulster, Munster, Leinster, and you get trying to figure out at your club system how to try and get big victories against strong Irish teams. So I think we understand a bit of the mentality, and I mean with Jacques and Rassi and John and RG and some of the guys still being in Ireland, you get a bit of a better understanding. So for us, it was all about getting the prep right during the week to make sure we can perform on Saturday.
Mzwandile, given the weather you had up to now and the warm weather that you guys played in, arriving here and training in a bit of rain, I know there's not going to be much rain tomorrow, but it's a very different conditions. Are you guys enjoying a bit of cooler weather?
Yeah, I must say when we were in Toulon for the week and also in Corsica, you know, we've been working under very, very warm conditions, So now to come to Paris under these cool conditions, I think it's something that we are enjoying it. But I must say, even then when we were in Corsica, when we were training, we always tried to make our balls wet because we expected the conditions like this. And the preps have been going very well. And also, once again, if you come from South Africa, there's a place called PE in Cape Town. You get 4 different weathers in one day. So I don't think that will be a challenge with us. I think a lot of the guys, they are used to those conditions. But once again, irrespective of it's dry or wet, I think we will be well prepared for the game.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Kitsi, the scrum battle is obviously going to be quite an important one. You're going up against one of the best tight heads in the world. How much are you looking forward to it, and what are you expecting from Ireland at scrum time?
Yeah, 100%. I think Tog is an exceptional player, a good scrummager, great ball carrier, great on the fence, and I think it's going to be a tough battle. I think for us to actually have a full go at them, we all have to be on par, especially our pack, and then the guys coming off the bench. So I know big games like this, sometimes your set piece don't function. You're a little bit on the back foot, but for us, I think we trained hard. From when we got together as a Springbok group all the way back in the pre-season camps up to now, trying to improve our scrum every week. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, I just got 2 questions. Stick, in the week, both Sia and the Ireland camp have stated that a lot of work gets put into analysing opposition. And in order for a team to be successful, they need to be innovative. Should we expect a variety in tomorrow's game?
Yeah, listen, you're playing against the best team in the world, so you probably also as a team, we have to lean more towards our strengths, and I don't think there's going to be much change on how we normally play the game. And once again, if you look at the challenges we've had so far in the season, you've played the All Blacks twice, probably one of the best attacking teams in the world. On a day, if you're not at your best when it comes to your systems on defense and your set pieces, they will punish you. And you've played against the first game in the World Cup against Scotland. Probably also, I will rate them as one of the best attacking teams and organized. And Ireland, I think it's similar to how Scotland normally do things. They're well organized in their system. And we know they're they're not just number one for nothing. Surely they're doing something right. They're a well-organized team. But once again, as I know, World Cup, sometimes you get different challenges, and you're going to have to adapt. And that's something that I think us as a Springboks, we are good travelers, You can take us anywhere, we know how to adapt into conditions. And once again, from South Africa, with everything that we're facing, we are so solution-driven, that is strength of our team, So I don't think we're going to change much, but we're going to focus on what we do best. And yeah, it's going to be a tough game. And I think that's how we want it. We don't want any easy games.
Then final one, Kitsi, it's a huge boost having the likes of John and Erge in the side for tomorrow's game against Ireland, who understand the Irish structures.
No, it's massive, and I also think RG and JK has been playing exceptional rugby, so their work rate and physicality around the field has been massive for us. So, and the insights they gave us during the week. So, no, it's massive, and yeah, I'm happy they're in the squad.
Prastic, I hope all is well. Good afternoon, guys. Prastic, just tell us more about the significance of this particular Ireland game. Ireland has been a consistent theme in your career as part of the Springbok setup. You were part of the team in 2016 when you faced them in the 3-match series, and the Boks haven't always done well in that period. But what is it about this 28th fixture between the teams that makes it so significant?
I think if you want to go back to 2016, Kanyiso, and you look at the gentlemen next to me, they were also part of that team. And we have really grown as a team, since 2016. I know it was a good series for us, winning 2-1 in South Africa. And 2017, I was not part of the team. We know the results in 2017. And we've managed to play against them last year, and away from home, like I always say to you, is that they are a well-organized nation. A lot of things are functioning well in their country. So when they play at home, they're playing in their best territory. But World Cup is a different story, So they're not playing at home. We're not playing at home. And once again, if you look at the history when it comes to the field where we're playing, 2007, this is where we had a good record. I'll never forget our former president, Thabo Mbeki, with John Smith at that time. I was a supporter watching at home in New Brighton. I will never forget those images. There's a good history when it comes to the field here. And the last game we played here against France, if you remember, on the 84th minute, Bongi scored that winning try. So it goes back to the point that I've mentioned about how we normally do things. We travel, we're good travelers. And I don't want to talk too much about Ireland and how they do things, but I can tell you one thing: we will be prepared for this game, and irrespective of the conditions. But once again, we're just here to represent our country. So whatever it takes, we'll make sure that we do what's best for South Africa.
Okay, question at the front.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Stephen, the bookmakers, it's reported 13 of them have South Africa as slight favourites to win this fixture over the world number ones. Is it a good bet?
Gambling's illegal. Gambling's illegal.
Yeah, again, no. Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be a challenging. It's going to be a challenging game. I think both sides have a lot to play for. For us, it's to make sure we perform well and keep the momentum we've gained during the first couple of games of the World Cup. But I think anything can happen on the night, and it's definitely the team that pitches up the most desperate and willing to work for those extra bits. It's going to come away victorious. It's going to be a close game.
Okay, question over here.
Mzwandile, Simon Valzer for Midi Olympique. Can you please speak about the atmosphere around the team? Because we see, during your captain's runs, we see a lot of laughings, and it's very refreshing for us. We see your Springbok team who is very open to the communities, to the fans. Can you explain us what does it bring to you, and how have you decided to do things like this?
Yeah, I think if you look at everyone who's involved in our team, everyone loves what they're doing. And sometimes we work very hard to make sure that our players are well prepared. But sometimes we mustn't forget to have fun, And I think the environment with us, it's a very, very open environment for players to be who they want to be. And you get different characters in our team. You'll get Peter Steff, who doesn't say much. And you will get guys that are always loud, like Trevor and Sias. So I think our policy, we just want players to be who they want to be and bring their best. The most important thing for us is to make sure that whatever works for you to be ready for the game tomorrow, you pitch up tomorrow. And regarding us traveling well and then also taking our team to the people, I think that's what we live for. We want to touch people's life, not only in South Africa, but also around the world, So it was really nice for us when we went to Corsica, a small island, and the community, how they supported us as a team. So it was very special for us. But once again, we just want to keep on touching people's life.
Okay, question at the back.
Hi, Zendeline, question for French TV. You should cross France in quarterfinal. It will be more easy to play against France without Antoine Dupont because of his injury, and how much important is that loss for French team?
Is that
For stick.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. We're playing a World Cup, my friend, and there's no easy game in the World Cup, and every game counts, So irrespective of who we play in the quarterfinals, it doesn't matter to us. Our main focus is the game that we're playing tomorrow. That is our main focus at the moment. And just to comment on Dupont, World Player of the Year in the past seasons and a few seasons back, world-class player. And it's very sad, probably for the people, I'm talking about the locals, the French people, to lose a world-class player like that. And hopefully I wish him a speedy recovery. I wish him all the best. But once again, it's not nice to always see any player who's getting injured in the game. But I wish him all the best. But yeah, once again, it doesn't matter who we play in the quarterfinals.
Okay, we'll take a final question. The gentleman here.
Stick, Paul O'Connell was in here earlier, and he said a couple of times, talking about letting his players work problems out on their own and not telling them necessarily how to deal with certain types of problems on the pitch, because it increases their ability to do it in a game. Can you talk a little bit about how much you let your players do that, work things out as a group on their own, and how instructive you might be in the way you work with them? What's the kind of balance there?
Is that for me?
Yes, please.
Okay, I think internally in our system, in our team, we've got great leaders, and we always empower them to contribute in how we play the game, and we always bounce ideas into them, and we always discuss it as a team. It's not only a one-way thing where we as coaches are driving our plan. We've got great players there that have played over 50 test matches. Iaben has played over 100 test matches. So we always try to pull from our players, and it's working for us. And once again, just one thing that I always tell people, we as a Springbok team, we normally learn the best through tough times. If you remember the game we played against the All Blacks in Auckland, I think that's one of the games that really brought us close as a team. And the results have been going well so far, and we don't expect any easy game tomorrow, and we actually don't want it to be easy. We want it to be tough, just to prepare us in case we go to the playoffs, and I think we play best rugby when we're under pressure as the Springboks. If you remember going back to 2019 after losing the first game, and then people kept on saying you don't win the World Cup after winning a group stage game, and we've showed people that it is possible. So irrespective of the results tomorrow to us, but we know one thing for sure. When we get to the playoffs, we'll go hard. And doesn't mean also tomorrow we're going to hold back. We're not going to hold back. We'll go hard at them, and we know for sure also they've got Scotland waiting for them. We've got Tonga waiting for us. So it's not going to be an easy game, but we are well prepared for it.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck tomorrow.